Hi, this is Wally Kern with Supreme Gecko, and today we're talking about photography. You might be asking, why should I care about taking better pictures of my reptiles? The pictures that I take right now turn out pretty good. Well, there's a couple of reasons for that. You might be concerned about taking better pictures of your reptiles because you want to show off your reptiles on Facebook or Instagram or whatever social media platform you use. The other good reason to be concerned about taking better pictures of your reptiles is you might be in a business to sell your reptiles, and the best way to sell your reptiles is taking a good picture. A reptile with a good picture might be worth $100. A reptile with a better picture might be worth $400. The price of the reptile certainly increases with the better pictures that you can take. So stay tuned, and hopefully you can catch some great photography tips on this video. Here's how this video will work. I'm going to break it into two different sections. The first section will show examples of taking bad pictures or pictures that have some way of having some improvements done to them. I'll take 4 or 5 pictures, and each one will show the picture, show me taking the picture and show the picture. And what I'd like you to do is in the comments, add some type of a comment on how that picture can be improved. The second part of the video, I'll go through those pictures again and I'll add the comments. So if you want to skip forward into how to actually improve the pictures, skip to this part right here. I'll put the time down, and you can see the actual second half of the video of how to improve those pictures. Good luck, and I'd like to see a lot of comments on what you think you can do to improve those pictures of the animals. Hi, YouTube fans. I just got a post on Facebook, a message, and somebody wants to buy a gecko. So I haven't had a lot of time to prepare, but I need to take some pictures. So let me go ahead and grab a gecko that they want, that they're interested in, and let me get a picture or two here. Oh, I've got my lens cover on. Let me get a picture here. Move that out of the way. And he's really moving. Let me see if I can catch up here. Hope that worked. Let me take a couple more pictures. Oh, he's going all over the place. Let me see if I can slow him down just a little bit. Okay. There's a pretty good picture. We're going to take a couple more pictures here and see if I can find a quality picture that I can send to this potential buyer. Welcome back. I hope you took a couple of minutes to put some comments down below on some of the issues that I had with taking some of those pictures. Again, I'm not an expert. What this video is hoping to do is point out a couple of different tips and techniques on taking better pictures of your reptiles. So let's get right into it, and I'll offer some of those tips. Before we review the tips, I hope you understand this isn't how I take pictures. This desk is really messy. One of the keys to taking good pictures is to do a little preparation before you take those pictures. For picture number 1, you can see, again, as I mentioned before, the clutter. It just distracts from the picture of the gecko or the reptile that you're taking. Any movement from the animal will cause a blurriness to the picture. You can see the crested gecko here walking away from the picture. It just adds blurriness to the picture. And we'll talk a little bit more about that in just a second. Not being prepared. What we like to do is take pictures before we get a call asking about animals for sale. That gives us a chance to condition the animals, make sure that they're fed the night before. Make sure that we can, especially for crested geckos, fire them up. And we absolutely want pictures of geckos that are healthy. We check for any shed issues, anything wrong with the gecko, so that we don't take pictures of animals with issues. Bad background. Here I'm taking a brown gecko's picture on a brown table. It's always better to balance the animal's colors with something that doesn't take away from the animal's true colors. I wouldn't take a picture of a red crested gecko on a red background. Again, we can see that this gecko is moving away, which causes the animal to be too far away from the camera. And that's really not a presentable picture to somebody looking to see all of the qualities of the gecko. A picture too far away or too close being the lower left-hand corner, doesn't really expose all of the gecko's true characteristics. It's never a good idea to take a picture from the back or the front as the primary picture. It's good to have those pictures if somebody asks about the whole look of the animal. But what we found is, and I'm going to skip down to the last one, is the best picture is if you can capture the animal straight on from the side and have a really, really good clear eye picture. The eye really draws the attention of the person looking at the picture. Jumping back to blurriness, two causes there: either the animal's moving or the camera's moving. Never ever take a picture of an animal and move the camera to try to track their movement. It's always best to have a camera very still. If I can't use a tripod to take the picture, I try to balance my elbows or my body against something solid that's not moving so that I can make that camera as still as I can possibly make it. Number 3, too much light or too dark of a picture. The top one being too light and the bottom one being too dark. The best thing that you can do here is play around with your settings on your camera. Experiment. Take a coffee cup or something in the same lighting that you're going to take the gecko's picture and play around with the camera settings. Most cameras have an automatic setting, but they also have a partial setting. And you can play around with that partial setting and set the different measurements to see what kind of pictures you like the best. I talked a little bit about the bad background. Again, we like to present the animals on a background that really accentuates their colors and their patterns. So carrying a couple of points forward here, number 1, the background. Here you can see that we're not using a piece of wood, piece of cork bark, or a limb from a tree. Here we're using a black background because it really brings out that white creaminess of the animal. It really brings out the reds in the body. The picture below is this gecko, Hellboy, not fired up, and a picture on top is with him fired up. So it's a little bit of preparation, making sure that your animals look exactly the way that you want to see them. I hope you enjoyed the video, but more importantly, I hope you learned something. I hope I presented some tips that you didn't know before, and hopefully this will help you take better pictures of your reptiles. Did you leave comments below? Did you hit all of the points that I hit? Did I miss any points that you'd like to share with our audience? Thanks again for watching. This is Wally Kern with Supreme Gecko.